Destroy All Humans with a Let's Talk Live. We're gonna do this one on Detroit Become Human. And I got warwu1f here in the chat. So this was previous checkpoints will be replaced for history and we upgraded each play. Yes.
Trying to bring up the stream. I can't see nothing. I'm blind.
Oh no. This game, like, Wolf was been on me and on me and on me to check this game out. So I finally sat down. You can check out the playthrough over on YouTube.
There we go.
And see how I played through. It was I was trying to go peaceful, and then it ended up turning out I got like one of the crappier endings.
Oh, he got everyone killed, and it was just like, why? Why do you do this? Not Hank, not the kid.
So we'll start out. This game was woof. There was a lot of stuff going on in the game that you had you go, you know.
This was like one of those types. I mean, it's David Cage, so you always have these multiple stories, big moments, and a lot of people just so like half of the player base with PlayStation always love these games, and half of them they're like, okay, this is boring as shit because it just feels like you're playing a movie, and it's just like, well, that's the beauty of it though. It feels like an interactive movie. Like that's the point of it.
It was definitely one of those butterfly effect kind of things going on. Whatever you do and whatever you do affects the whole world.
Why aren't you sending a real person?
Like each. So one of the coolest things to play off from that point. One of the coolest things in Detroit Become Human is the fact that if one character does one thing, then it goes across the board for all the androids and all the characters involved with everybody that's connected to the androids. Which is, I mean, right now in real life, we have been seeing that happening again and again and again. So this is like one of these games that is like, it's very oddly IRL centric right now, I guess you could put it, of what is going on in the world. This is
it already shot down two of my men.
Some of the biggest, hottest topics.
You could easily get it. They're on the edge of
this game.
Hold up, I gotta turn down that audio a little bit more so I can hear you.
So it's
audio is only available in the main menu.
If it
Son of a
falls,
bitch.
she falls.
You can shift the party chat audio.
Have you tried its deactivation codes?
The first thing we tried.
PlayStation button going to your sound settings.
Do you know if it's been behaving
Pause
strangely
the stream for a
before this?
second. We apologize.
Listen, saving that kid is all that matters. So either you deal with this fucking android now, or I'll take care of it.
But yeah, like when it comes to all the folks that want to be treated equally, that want to have their own basic freedoms, not be hunted down every 2 seconds in the street and everything. All of that, like political rhetoric and talk and everything. This game really dives into that whole spectrum of conversation that goes on. And of course, right now with all this, you know, the Black Lives Matter stuff going on, with all the Antifa and the riots and the, you know, this, that, and the other thing. I mean, I think we make no secret of it. We are on our viewpoint on the whole situation is more of a conservative kind of Republican side of things. We are, you know, the news media to me is a very big propaganda machine. And I know that there's a lot of people that run Twitch. They would probably cancel me for saying that, but hey,
I mean, because we're speaking our mind, and that's not cool. But yeah, I mean, this game it kind of blew my mind as I went. Like what was going on, and like you're saying, like basically the androids are becoming aware, self-aware and stuff, and all they really wanted was just to be accepted as, treated like people.
Which is nothing wrong with that. It's just the
No.
way that the androids go about doing it, of getting the acceptance of the people. I mean, Marcus is over here thinking that if they destroy a whole damn, a block of city plazas and everything, that, oh, guess what, they're going to notice us. Well, yes, they're going to notice you, but for the wrong damn reasons. That's not how you get your voice across. It's not by breaking and burning shit. You gotta... You gotta become one with society, It's like basic common sense, The more you're acting out in a destructive way, the more the majority of society is going to be like, that's not right.
Mm-hmm.
If the androids really want to do something, they should. And I could see like the other side of the thing. Well, the police and the task force and everything won't let them.
Mm-hmm.
In who's, I mean, the funniest thing about this is the police and everything does not go after people unless, or go after the androids, which technically they want to be people, but anyways, the police and the task force and everything don't go after the androids until they start breaking stuff, until they start becoming destructive and everything. There is, and then also the news starts spinning the narrative on the androids, and it causes just the biggest, uptick of all the craziness that follows with that.
Yep.
You can see here too. There's like you get a very big detective mode in this, and so you're also trying to figure out all the facts, and you're getting all the little details in the game world and everything.
Yeah, Connor's like the detective thing, and he's always licking things.
Hey, you sometimes you just gotta get in there. You gotta lick it up.
Yeah, Connor's like the detective thing. He's kind of like the middleman of the whole story. Like
He's
you
very
gotta
much, the same detective type of dude that's on Heavy Rain with the sunglasses. That's basically Connor in this game. It's the very similar kind of character type. But there is, you got like Marcus that is he's a caregiver turned, like he goes through this whole cyberpunk situation where he gets like thrown into the pit and has to, crawl his way out and everything, and becomes all
piece himself back together.
Yeah, and then you have Kara and the little girl, which I can never remember what the hell the little girl's name is. But yeah, Kara is straight up like the mother figure of it, of like, I'm just trying to survive. Yes, like it's you and a kid and you're homeless, trying to figure out how to survive in the world. And then being on the run on top of that. That's a pretty crazy solid story right there. And that's just one of many in this. I get that a lot of people would be like, oh, it's just boring. It's just a point and click type of thing. But when you start piecing together everything that's happening, it's actually very interesting. That's the reason why I was so like, yes, Frostbite, you need to play this. A lot of times people, they won't play this, they'll watch it, and then they'll complain that the game is boring. And it's like,
yeah,
once you actually get into it, and you start figuring out the clues and everything, and you start actually making the storyline yourself, then everything is on you, of like whether or not you're going to get characters killed, whether or not you're going to actually make a difference in the way that you want to in the world. It's not about getting the good ending. It's about trying to get the ending that you're trying to achieve. And really,
trying to
it's
find the last.
It's like I always say, endings are memorable, but the journey is unforgettable. Like it's that exact same thing of just like you're going on this whole journey, and every choice that you make. There is a part with Marcus where there are some riots that can possibly happen. You can start riots. You can also just do a peaceful protest.
Yep.
And this game it's like, with all the stuff that's been going on in real life and everything, with all this BLM stuff and the riots and everything, it's one hell of a wake-up call for, it should be a hell of a wake-up call for a lot of people that play this, of just like the fact of, you don't have to break shit, you don't have to burn shit to actually make a difference and make your point heard. There's a difference between peaceful protests and rioting. This game does an absolute huge simulation of that in the game, and if you, the funny part is so this is actually one thing I really wanted to bring up on this game talk, was my God, you're still there getting evidence.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the last piece of this, and it's annoying me because I can't find it.
Go to the yellow and then look around. There's a reason why there's 3 yellow pieces on the top.
Okay.
On the left-hand side of the timeline.
Oh, there we go.
Rewind it all the way back.
Found it. Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, one of the main things I wanted to say, going back to the riots thing, though. So I created a riot. So you had a very different playthrough, and you had a dramatically different playthrough than I did, actually.
Yeah.
You didn't create a riot. Me being young and
Nope.
dumb when I was playing through this, I started a riot. I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Maybe this is the reason why I'm against all the rioting that's been happening current day. It was like an eye opener playing this game for me. So I had one of the most like, oh fuck, and moments, and it just eye opening, major like life lesson type of learning moments in this game, which was after the riots, the public perception of the androids tanked. Because we beat the shit out of the cops and everything, and then the androids just looked like a bunch of assholes. Because of that, Kara and the little girl, we made our way up to, and kind of spoiler warnings, there's multiple endings to this. You could actually have this happening, and it could go a totally different way for you also. In the same spot of what I'm talking about, you can actually fix and right my wrongs in this moment for anybody watching. So we got up to the border, and we're in the border office, and we're standing there with the forged papers and everything, and I'm like, you got this. Kara, the little girl, they're going to be the ones that survive this. No problem at all. Also, Connor, he survived in my playthrough too. Connor and Marcus, or Marcus, I think, bit it, because I just don't like Marcus at all. I think he's just a big... They try and make him out to be a hero, but he's just really just a giant antagonist throughout the whole thing. He's literally just egging everybody on, stirring the pot the whole game. And if you don't see Marcus being that way, just think about all the destruction that he causes in the world. It's this, that should be a giant eye opener for so many people of the way, because we have a lot of Marcuses in the world right now. That's especially in politics and in the government and everything, which I know is like, that's voodoo to be talked about, because they do hold so much power. But there's a lot of Marcuses out there in the U.S. political system right now. And so we got up to the border. We had the forged papers. We're handing in the forged papers. And all of a sudden, Kara's face pops up on the screen. And it's like this, or it was like, because Kara was caught. Basically, I got Kara caught in the little sanctuary, in Jericho.
Ooh.
They caught Kara running out of the building, so they got her face basically on record and whatnot. And then Connor's face was on record, Marcus, and what's the one that Minka Kelly plays there? I forget what that girl's name is too. Terrible names, sorry. My thing.
Yeah, I see.
I can remember most names, and then some of those names is just like, nope, can't remember. Anyway.
I don't remember the name of the actor for the cop either.
So Kara's face pops up on the screen, and all of a sudden, the person that's working at the desk, they look up, they look back at Kara, and they're just like, sorry, but I have to, and I'm like pleading with her, don't do it, please don't do it. They hit the button on the bottom of the desk, and all of a sudden the alarms start going off. The cops come over, and it's like, put your hands up and this and that stuff.
Don't come any closer or I'll jump!
I've never had a moment where I actually had to pause. Kara ended the kid, and just gunshot, screen goes blank. Because of the riot I started way back in a few chapters before.
And here, you can see like you got to make like everything. Again, what we're saying, every decision you make counts towards what happens in the end. So like, here's here's a chunk of that for you.
I know you're angry, Daniel, but you need to trust me and let me
Depending
help
on what you say to Daniel, he can either help you later on or not. And depending on what happens here.
Are you armed?
So in especially this scene right here, which this is the reason why this scene was in the demo for the game.
No sudden moves or I'll
This
shoot.
can go like 6 different ways. You can get a gun, you can shoot Daniel,
No more gun.
you can drop the girl, or if you get close enough and you shoot them, then the girl falls forward, or you can grab the girl,
know you
throw
and Emma
her
were very
backwards up
close.
onto the ledge, Connor goes to stand
You
down.
think she betrayed
lie
you,
to
but
him,
she's
you
done
can-
nothing wrong. She lied to me.
Totally keep the cops straight on him, make the cops go away from the situation, where you can try and talk and calm him down. There's so many possibilities.
Yep.
This is like one of the most rich, worthy of possibilities games I've ever seen.
They were going to replace you,
And I've
and
played
you
all
became
those
upset.
Telltale games. I've played
That's what happened,
the
right?
Beyond Two Souls. I played the Heavy Rains and all that stuff. Heavy Rain was very linear compared to what this is, and I think a lot of people they see this and they see Conjuring, they see David Cage, it's like Heavy Rain because that was their first game that they saw. Even though their first
no way
game
out,
as a
Daniel.
studio was actually Fahrenheit.
What you've done is too serious. The only question is
Fahrenheit
whether or not
11,
you
I think
take
it was,
another
something
innocent
like
life. It's not up to you. I'm
AKA
holding all
Indigo
cards.
Prophecy.
If I
Fahrenheit
die,
over in Japan, I
she
think, or something like that, and then it was
You
Indigo
hear me?
Prophecy for the Xbox 360 over here in the States.
So right now I'm trying to pull the negotiator kind
Tell
of
that helicopter to get out of here.
way through this, see if I can get a different outcome.
And no matter what you do, like every one of these things that there is, it's a dramatically different experience.
You have to
I actually
trust
played
me,
through this
Daniel.
scene about 6
Let the
different times and got
hostage go,
different
and I
endings.
promise you, everything will be fine.
When I was playing? Well, I was checking out the
I
demo.
want everyone to leave,
I have a stream of that, I think.
and I want a car.
So,
When I'm outside the city, I'll let her go. That's impossible, Daniel. Let the girl go, and I promise you won't be hurt.
See right there is I missed something where I could have had another
I don't want to die.
option.
I think
You're
it
not
was
going to die.
the
We're just going to talk. Nothing will happen to you.
could've pulled
You
the
have
gun
my
out.
word.
because you can pull a gun out
Okay.
and be like, if you don't
I
surrender,
trust
I'm
you.
gonna have to shoot you. Basically, one of those moments, and Daniel gets all crazy.
Oh, look at that. I got him to let go of the girl. Oh, and then he gets shot anyways.
Again, this is just one of many endings, because there's another ending where you can actually get him deactivated, pretty much. And there's
Okay.
another one where he falls, like you can push him off
lied
the
to me,
building.
Connor.
There's another one where he commits suicide. He just falls off the building, and then there's one of them where he commits suicide and he takes the girl with him. Bad public persona for all the androids.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was even one where you start shooting the gun, you both start shooting at each other, she
Mhm.
runs away and you dive into the pool or something like that, and they shoot the hell out of them also, so something like that.
Huh. Yeah, so you guys see there's this game is just you can see here at the end of the mission you can see like, okay, I did this and this and this and I went this direction. The first time I was like, I got
There are right there.
Connor leapt for Emma and fell. I mean, I lost Connor in the first time. I mean, there's like so many different.
It took him, I think it was like 3 years just to get all the dialogue done for this. Of just all the cast members doing all kinds of voice sessions. Just for like 3 years straight, it took them. Because they started working on this right after Beyond Two Souls. and just they were just.
This is the top of the range.
And as far as I know, I think they've been working on another game like this too.
Come on, Zoe, let's go.
David Cage is not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
It looks amazing.
I remember the first tech demo for this was literally about androids being made. It was actually Kara, I think, was it? Was it? No. The girl in the main menu. I think it was. She's like getting put together in the lab.
Okay.
And then she's like, she goes, am I a robot? Am I alive? What is happening to me? How come I can't move? I don't have any arms. And she starts like freaking out. And then they're like, they're like terminate, and then, and that was like the first teaser for this. Of like, are androids alive? Are they real people? Find out. Detroit become human. that was like the teaser for this. I was like, okay.
It was really.
The minute I saw this guy here, I knew. Fuck, I was like, oh god, this is that whole sleazebag right here.
Yeah.
This guy's trouble.
Good as new now, except that we had to reset it. Meaning we had
And once you figure out his backstory,
fine.
like the backstory of
Okay.
the kid
Give
and
it a
everything,
name?
it's
My
like
daughter
it's
did.
double, triple that.
Yeah,
I
it's
was like,
400.
what the fuck?
Where'd you see your
Okay,
name?
so he's just basically just perpetually,
Carl.
getting
My name is Cara.
doing something so he can just keep beating on it. It's like, wow, damn.
Mm-hmm.
Cool thing too, the actor who plays Connor and the actress that plays Kara, they stream regularly on Twitch, actually.
Really?
Yep. They
Wait, okay, well.
I forget what Valerie Curry. I think that's what it. But what else? So there was no DLC for this. There was no like limited editions or anything. This is technically still the PS4 version of it, so it's not actually like you can run this really smoothly on the PS5, but there is no like next gen version. This game came out and it was done.
Let's skip up here. Let's jump into a Marcus. Save my prize for his prize will be replaced and your story will be updated. Yeah, I'm gonna save my progress because I'm trying to take different paths.
Well, he could have actually done it without saving progress. Because now I think I think he just.
I clicked save progress.
Yeah, you should have clicked don't save progress.
Why?
Now you might have just reset your save progress from clicking into other chapters. I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, I don't know. Either way, I mean, I'll prefer to do it off stream, work on trying to get a platinum on it. As you can see, here comes Marcus. He's a nicer side of town.
So this was sorry to all the Xbox people out there, but this was a PlayStation exclusive. It has come over to PC though, so if you are a Xbox PC user, then you can actually still check it out. It's not on Game Pass or anything, but you can actually find it on Steam. I would suggest if you do play this on PC, grab DS4 and hook up your PS4 controller and do it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Because this game is really meant for there's certain parts. I know that they did refix it for the PC. Like they weren't lazy about the PC port, but there is certain parts where it's like wiggle your controller around and it does stuff for different actions and everything. It's very PlayStation intuitive because basically Climb Dreams is a PlayStation Studios developer team, so they make stuff specifically for this. But yeah, this is Marcus's humble beginnings.
Good morning,
Coach. Turns into a shithead.
It's 10 a.m.
I'm biased against Marcus. Sorry.
80% humidity with a strong possibility of afternoon showers.
Excuse the French, but
sounds like a good day to spend in bed.
I did go to pick
I didn't
up
like him from the previews. I'm just like, this guy's gonna be an idiot. He's gonna start some shit or something.
That is the difference.
And sure as hell, he does.
You never forget anything.
because he breaks his programming, and then I'm going to break every other android and break their programming. Also, we're going to start an android revolution. Revolution.
Yep. You know, how many movies are there out there about like robots turning on humanity? I mean, we knew this was a bad idea.
Well, Terminator never happened. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bullshit.
The Matrix?
iRobot.
Yeah. Man, there's going to be in the comments section for all you YouTube viewers. Put your favorite robot uprising movie. You're going to have so many comments.
There you go. Yes, do that. Do the thing, everybody that's watching this on YouTube.
Give us a thumbs up too if you like this too. How about that? Yeah, I'll go total sellout mode.
Yep, hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more.
Yeah,
well, take a step away from story here for a minute. I mean, look at the game. It's beautiful.
Oh, I mean, it's one of the best looking games on the PS4.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
I would love to see a next gen version of this with ray tracing. I know that this game looks fucking awesome at 60 FPS on the computer.
There's the opening of your retrospective.
It's like, damn! Especially in fight scenes and everything. It's just, everything is so smooth compared to
We'll see about that later.
I think this is 30 FPS.
Just your usual fan
your
mail.
stream is
I've already answered.
but is the game. I actually don't remember. Let me actually look it up.
Any news from Rio?
No, Carl. I can call him if you like.
No. No, don't bother.
Cannot run with 60 FPS because of old.
Just gonna run the old man into the staircase there.
Because
I'm an asshole.
Average of 52 FPS at 1080.
I'm starving.
Or up to 1440.
Well, your breakfast is ready. Bacon and eggs, just the way you like them.
Thank you.
I thought so.
You're welcome.
I was gonna say it definitely doesn't run like a smooth 60 on PC. I'm pretty sure you can brute force up to 60 FPS, 1440. So
Okay.
if you have the hardware, I would suggest playing this on the PC. I know I'm the PlayStation fanboy saying go get this on Steam.
Oh, he's turning PC Master Race.
Yeah, I'm PC Master Race through and through. I've been playing Resident Evil on the PC, and it's just turned me into a PC Master Racer. Mouse and keyboard for life. Controllers are just vibrators.
Yep, that's all they are nowadays, especially with the PS5 technology. Just woo.
Oh, the DualSense.
Woo. There you go.
Multiple vibrations all at once. I tell you.
Get those good vibrations.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Anyways,
Television.
The fucking Beach Boys, motherfuckers. Go look it up if you don't know, you goddamn young kids out there.
I know, right?
Jeez.
I wonder how much hate mail I'm gonna get about frickin' Destroy All Humans, because that's totally a frickin'. That was a totally different generation of a game. I completely forgot all about that until I start going on it and shit starts happening.
It's always be careful on that one. What's your thoughts? I'm doing all the talking here. I keep taking over the game talks. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
We got the news cycle in there. Some fake news that happens in this.
Yep. Good old fake news.
Man, I think
Television off.
I'm trying not to rant about real life stuff. That's the reason why I'm so hesitant to say certain things about this game, because I know it's gonna get me in trouble if I go on the rant. Like there's some stuff I just can't say. There's some stuff I just can't say.
I know. Was that me or you? Was that you with all the scratchiness? I think.
Oh.
I don't know.
It might have been. Now it's you with the scratchiness.
Is it? I really gotta get a new.
There you
Yes, he's gotta get himself a PC set up with a very nice microphone.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, sound good now. Oh, he's about ready to play the Max Payne theme song. Here we go. What does he actually play? I like how we have the piano hero. It's not Guitar Hero's piano hero. Play Moonlight Sonata, and then the wall's going to move, and then we get the extra little crest piece. Sorry, wrong game. Oh my god. Tell me you know what I'm referencing there.
What? Yeah, the Resident Evil 1.
Okay. Whew! He saved himself. He saved himself.
I'm guessing you were probably going into what my thoughts were on the game. I was like blown away when I started really getting into it after, like, okay, Wolf's got something going here. I mean,
like I said, it was just one of those games.
it was all the choices, the different directions you can go with the whole game. I mean, it sunk its claws into me, and I almost couldn't put it down. I mean, I took a break for a minute to come back to it because some of the stuff I was getting into was just whoa, you know, little close to what's going on in the world right now.
Something's changing the way you play.
Which I think is a real testament to that they had the balls enough to actually go into. I mean, this came out in 2018, so we're in 2021 now, and 2020 was like the year of a lot of the stuff actually blowing up and having the epitome of, you know, like all the political issues, all the stuff that was happening in the real world and everything, IRL, with the George Floyd stuff and everything, which there is a lot of, like I said, I mean, the Android stuff in this, of the equality and everything, is, it's so funny that BLM is like the epitome of what this game tackles.
Yeah.
And just the fact that it's so just like real world, where it's like, okay, Marcus has them destroy a square and put graffiti up on the walls and everything of,
yep.
You know,
you can literally destroy it. You can put the graffiti on the walls. You go 50-50 with it,
and then you go and take over a whole news station and everything, and you can actually shoot people and this and that stuff, and they sit there and turn around and they're like, we did nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with what we did.
Yeah.
It's like, normal people in the normal society don't do this stuff. You do realize that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Normally, you make a campaign, you make videos online, you get your voice heard, and you do, you know, like the Twitter mob and everything. But the Twitter mob is also, that's the one thing that they kind of don't, I think that might be the only thing they don't tackle in this game, come to think of it, is the whole cancel culture Twitter mob. And that's because it really wasn't prevalent back when this game came out. There was no, you know, people weren't just getting canceled for having a different opinion back when this came out. Now we're to that level.
You
like,
sneeze funny while you're streaming, and Twitch is like,
podcast,
oh nope, you're done.
If certain people at the Twitch offices heard this podcast, they'd probably shut us down. I really like, I love Twitch. And I love everything that you know, all the creative stuff that goes on with Twitch and everything. The creators are awesome on the platform. I'm literally wearing a Twitch hoodie right now. But yeah, there is some people at the offices, they are very just in that mindset of, nope, can't say this, no, you can't do that. And I think we all know this. There's no secret on this stuff. Even former people who have worked at Twitch, they have even come out and said that same thing of part of the reason why they wanted to leave was because you have some people like that working in there. But it all stems back to the whole cancel culture mob mentality of, you know, and
what's your verdict, Marcus?
This really kind of goes
there is
on.
something about it.
it like in a
Something
way
I
it
can't
can really go on that side of the people that are like, you know,
guess I
we
like
need to
it.
cause a revolution, and
The truth is, I have nothing left
just
to
the
say
way that their
anymore.
thought pattern goes
Each day
into
that
how
goes
they
by
operate
brings me closer
to
to
make
the
that
end.
revolution happen. Like I said, equality for the androids, sure, why not? Whatever. If they are a good
But enough
working part of
about
society,
me.
sure, all
Let's see
for
if
it.
you have any
Cool.
talent.
It's the way
Give it a
that
try.
the androids
Try
in this
painting something.
go about doing it.
Paint? What would I?
And that's,
Painting what?
I mean, in
Anything
human
you
history, we've seen that so many
Give it a
times over
try.
again, where people want to do a revolution, but the revolution is also televised, and their every action that they make is just destroy something.
Mm-hmm.
You can't bring people together if you're destroying stuff. It's just, I can't stress that enough. There is no unity in destruction. I think we've seen that in history time and time and time again.
Yep.
That is a perfect copy of reality.
I mean, there's quite a few,
Replicating the world.
at least a couple cameos of actors that I recognize. I just don't have, I can't put my finger out on their name. Like this dude,
Think
the-
I can do that. It's not in my program.
the fucking captain.
Go on.
That
Right. Grab that canvas.
what's his name? Freaking Connor, Carlos. Connor works with. I mean,
Well, this guy also, that's in the wheelchair, he's been in a ton of movies too. Like,
Yeah.
that was the first guy I recognized from all the previews. And then
Mhm.
also Mink Kelly, she's been in a few movies and whatnot. I was like, oh, okay, I know
Try to
that
imagine
one.
something
She's
that
like on
doesn't
TV shows and
exist,
everything.
something you've never seen. Now concentrate on how it makes
I
you
guess
feel. And let
there's
your
a
hand
couple of
drift
them on here
across the
from
canvas.
TV shows or something like that. There was a couple of people in your chat that was saying like Connor's from a TV show or something. Cara is also, I guess. I was like, oh, okay. I don't watch that TV show, so I don't know, but yeah. I mean, when it comes to David Cage, he's like Kojima. He knows a lot of
Yeah.
stars to cast in there. We've seen who is now Elliot Page, aka Ellen Page. We've seen William Dafoe also.
mm-hmm.
Let's see here, oh god, what the hell was it? That was Beyond Two Humans. No, Beyond Two Souls was the Elliot Page, William Dafoe one, and then
Oh my God.
Heavy Rain had like a bunch of like French actors in it.
And here comes the
like a
druggy
lower budget.
son.
He's been in
Hey, Dad.
shows also. I know that
Yeah.
dude's face too.
I didn't hear you come in.
No, I was in the neighborhood. I thought
But
I'd
you know
stop
what?
by.
You know what they're missing though is
been
the
a
Jeff
while, right?
Keighley cameo. Like, is it really a cameo-based game?
You don't
If you
look
have
so
Jeff
good.
Keighley.
Oh,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
game?
I'm fine.
Come
Yeah,
on, you gotta get on the level of Kojima with Death Stranding.
Cash, Dad.
exactly. I was about to say like Death Stranding.
What happened to the money I just gave you?
Well, it just goes, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you're on it again, aren't you?
What?
No.
What?
No,
So
no,
we
I
gone
swear
over
it's
the
not
story.
Don't lie to me, Leo.
What
Gone over
difference does it
some
make? I just
game
need some
mechanics,
cash,
which I
that's
mean,
all.
the game mechanics is sure
Sorry.
limited, but at the same time, there
answer's
is like
no.
if you don't
What?
get
You know
the freaking
why.
time button presses, your
The game
character's
like if you don't want to make a decision or you can't make a decision fast enough,
You'd rather-
the game
you'd rather
will
take
make a
care of
decision
your,
for you.
Plastic toy here than your own son, right? Tell me, Dad, what's
In
you
a
got that I
way, I kind of wish you could
Smarter?
have an option to turn that
More
off. I don't know
obedient?
if there is
Not like
one in
me,
there
right?
or not. I never actually looked.
I-
You know what?
Uh,
This
in
thing
a
is
way,
not your son.
I really wish,
Fucking machine.
like, there was a couple
that's
times where you
enough.
just were like, let's just see what the game gives me. I'm like,
Enough.
no, that's the whole point of this is for you to make a
You
decision
don't care about
and you have
anything
to live
except
with that
yourself and your
decision.
goddamn paintings.
Is it the right decision? And you
never
will
loved
see
anyone.
if that decision
You never loved
carries
me,
through,
Dad.
and it gets you to where you're trying to
You
get
never
to.
loved me.
Because as soon as they throw a monkey wrench in your plan, then this is the perfect type of game that makes you have to figure out, okay, how do I get myself back onto the pathway I want this character to be on?
Yeah.
which is life lessons through and through.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, go back to actually the gameplay stuff and gameplay storyline crossover, is the whole thing of Kara. Kara and the kid, when you're looking for a place to stay after running away from home and all that.
Speaking of which,
you had dramatically different, like both how you got out of the house, and then where you ended up was dramatically different than mine.
Yeah.
The Kara's father. I shot that asshole.
Did you?
I found a gun and I shot that prick.
I don't know if I want to, I kind of want to do that, run through that one real quick on stream, but at the same time, I don't, just for, like... Woo!
It is triggering for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that, I mean, you know, there's a reason why gamers are gamers. You know, if they try and get out of that situation like that. Also, when, like, looking for a place to stay, you ended up in a hotel room. The only place I found was the damn, there was like an abandoned building, and I'm like, fuck it. We're on the run from the cops and everything. I was remembering Heavy Rain, where that whole situation happened, where you're on the run from the cops through the like hotel, the multi-story hotel and everything.
I'll do don't save, just in case.
So my whole thing was like, I'm just going to hit into an abandoned building, and I'm just going to camp out for the night in there. And there ends up being an android dude in there that is like half just out of his mind.
Ah.
And he's like cool, but then all of a sudden you have to like beat the shit out of him with a 2x4.
Oh.
And you see that, or you can run the fuck out of there and whatnot. I just beat the shit out of him with a 2x4. And I'm like, nah, stay down. We're staying here tonight. Like he's like, I don't know, he's like, hey, come this way. Yeah, it's safe in here. I'm just like, oh boy. It's like Kara and the kid.
Stay there. Don't you dare fucking move.
Yeah, so there's like, I've seen 4 different ways of doing this. 2 of which you get him killed. The other 2 is like you run out the back door to the front door and with this and that, the other thing.
And here's like when you start breaking the mold, so to speak.
You start breaking your programming, and you're like, I am becoming human. I am not.
Starting to make your own decision. The robots, the androids, androids, not robots, because you can fuck them.
I mean, is 2B an android or a robot?
I'm not even sure.
See, doesn't matter. People would still go there, and they would still do it. They would get crushed because she is like 2 tons.
Let's see if I can reason with Todd this time around.
Todd, please, I know you're angry, but...
Also, I just want to say your ending where you got brought into the whole facility and everything.
Ooh. Oh no.
Daddy's very mad.
He took off the bolt.
Oh shit.
And Daddy is very mad.
What the fuck? Her throat is all white.
Because he grabbed her by the throat.
Yeah, except for
it like choke slammed her.
Instead of there being a bruise on her throat, she just turned white. This is how we know androids. Oh! Another, like, so this isn't the only game to be ballsy on the storyline like this either. It just popped in my brain. Like, that was actually one thing I wanted to bring up. As controversial and as
get out of here. That's an order.
Disdained as Cyberpunk 2077 is,
I want you to leave
it
Alice
hits on a
alone.
lot of type of stuff like this too, of like domestic violence and.
What do you mean you want? You don't want anything. You're just a goddamn piece of plastic.
Type of assault scene in there with one of the like a wicked bad assault. Like it almost makes this game okay, Cyberpunk, which is one reason why I don't think I'm ever going to stream it again.
Yeah.
Because I got a very tame playthrough on accident. There's a lot of stuff on it. I'm kind of curious to see if Twitch is going to allow Cyberpunk to keep being on the platform.
Yeah, as you can see right here through these little action scenes, you got to be quick on your controls.
You gotta shake the controller up and down and everything.
Oh, screwed that one up.
One of the cool things about the PlayStation, oh no, you're not gonna kill the character first thing of all.
Made him punch the window.
Let's be honest, if she really wants to beat his ass.
Yeah.
She could go Terminator mode and just destroy his ass.
Good night.
So that's one ending. You can also you can find a gun in there, and then you can point the gun at him and be like, "Stay back, stay back," and then you can actually either pull the trigger or just scare the shit out of him where he stands down, and then you just run out the front door.
Yeah.
Oh shit! He's got the gun. Oh, he's got the gun. Oh no! I'm probably like 10 seconds behind everybody. Sorry.
No! I did the thing and they wouldn't let me do the thing.
He's just a casual guy. You know, this
oh,
is,
come on.
Frostbite's gimmick is he loves getting characters killed in games.
Yep.
It's really his stream gimmick right now. I didn't even know that all this was in here either. I've never seen all this. Again, I've seen this game being played like maybe 2 or 3 times over again.
Mm-hmm.
There's still cutscenes I've not seen, which makes me really want to like platinum this game and run through it again.
Yeah.
It's just trying to find the time to do it. You know, it's a long game. That's the other thing too. If you're looking for something that is a very long experience, and I know that this is a very traumatic experience for some people, but it's a very long experience too. There's a lot to this. You can kind of cut a couple chapters out by getting some characters killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you got Kara killed first thing of all, I'm guessing all of her chapters just cut just like that. So then that's like half the game is gone.
Really?
It probably cuts off like 2 or 3 hours. I mean, how would they do Kara's story?
Yeah, true.
So with the kid and everything, like the kid would just be whatever. I'm actually kind of curious to see if you get Kara killed, what happens to the kid? This is the reason why this game is so cool, because you have no idea.
Okay, so I took a different.
I foster care, or
I did a different way, but I still thought the way out. Mm-hmm. Is it? Yeah. Yeah, this flow chart. I mean, there is so many ways you can go, and it could end.
And these are just the beginning chapters too. This is like if you.
It's not even the
like
meat
when
of the
you're
game.
Around, it's like the riot chapter. If you go to that one, there is like 6 different fucking endings on that, and there is like, I mean, you have to zoom out just to see all the different paths and everything. Of like how many, because it is crazy how many paths you can take on that. I think it was it was one of them. It was either the Uprising or the Riot or something like that. I was looking at the path choices. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's crazy.
Let's see if I can pull that one up real quick as we're wrapping up here.
Or do we want to go to the Uprising? Or which one are you thinking about?
You were talking Riot. I mean, I could try the Uprising, which is that's more to decide. Spare parts. We can do the Eden Club. Twitch police. Yep.
What? It's just about a couple.
Freedom March. I think that was
a couple of gay bots that are trying to live their best life. It's, you know.
But yeah, replayability. Oh, it's there. Yeah. It is 100% there.
It's a straight up Quantum Dreams game. Like these games always have at least
because
a good
like we keep on it about how many different pathways, what can be done. You know, there's so much to see and do in this game.
Even like the holding facility that you were in,
Mhm.
I had totally like that. The holding facility. Literally, I snuck in the back door to the border patrol place and got the papers from the other chick that's helping you get to the border, and then you walk up to the border, and that's where it happened. Like, you went through a whole holding cell scene, and there was a naked droid scene and everything, and there was just like totally different. That's why I was like, whoa, I've never seen this before. It's kind of crazy. It was that dramatically different. Of course, you got the characters killed in the end.
I was wondering.
Well, I mean, I wasn't what I was going for. It ended up happening that way.
Just every time we turn around, his favorite thing. He says it's not happening that way, but guess what? I think he secretly ploys. He's like, how can I
mean, I got them all killed. I got everybody killed in frickin' Man of Medan too. Okay.
See,
I would have walked out with like 3 people. I would have got out with like 2 people, but that ending that I ended up getting got everybody killed.
Everybody's dead. Like, it's just the way his life choices in these games are just they are not the way. They are not the way.
Not the way. I do not know the way.
They all obey me.
You
follow
do not,
me without question.
Young Padawan.
Speaking of Padawans, that's another game talk we got coming up.
Scary.
I mean, hey, that's a perfect transition because we are at 50. We're at the 50-minute mark. So the last 10 minutes. What can we talk about for the last 10 minutes of this?
I mean, we talked about replayability. We talked about graphics. We talked about storyline.
So highly recommend.
Yes.
They'll never give us our freedom.
I was real sketch
People might
about
have
this
a copy of
game.
This too. This was, I think, free on PlayStation Plus. The games, the 3 games for PlayStation Plus.
I think it actually might be in PlayStation Now as well. Not 100% on that.
It's readily available, and it's a like I said, it's a great game. I would almost say it's kind of like one of these games because it does spark a lot of hopefully. I think one of the biggest takeaways of this game is I hope everybody sparks conversation, not controversy off of this. Because this game, you know that the developers and the writers, and this is where I will 100% get on board with developers and writers on titles like this, where they are making something to make conversation and dialogue happen. Not controversies of picking one side or the other, and this person is wrong and that person's right.
We have to know things
That's
about
not
each other to
what the
trust each
developers
other.
are ever, and I can tell you because I hear storyline writers for games talk, not daily, but like probably twice a week at least. And if you go through and you actually listen, pay attention to the storyline writers and like no-clip documentaries.
North used to be a sex spot. Okay.
One day I was with a man who rented me.
This is, this type of a game, like I said, it is to make you think.
Yeah.
It's to make you. It's to make you question what in IRL stuff. It's to make you question whether or not the news sources are telling you all the truth. Whether or not what your way of thinking, if it's the best when it comes to you talking online and doing a dialogue in like a Twitter dialogue and this and that stuff. Oh god, they're touching tips. Ah.
Oh no, they're having Android sex.
Yep, this. Oh god, just.
They're gonna make Android babies.
Oh geez. Well, it would turn into Blade Runner if they did. Whoa! Yep. They double thought and they're like, wait, hold on, we can't do this right now.
For dead in his studio.
I saw your memories too.
I just went from very serious to just blowing it all out with a meme.
The death of that man, I felt like I was there with you.
Please don't go on Twitter and such when games like this come out and harass storyline writers. They are literally just trying to create a dialogue of something that they believe in, and it's just like a lot of like the Cyberpunk team. Well, a big one that we already did a game talk on, The Last of Us. It's like death threats going towards voice actresses that don't actually write the storyline at all.
We'll all be killed. Please, Marcus. It's not too late to change your mind.
I can't stress enough how bad cancel culture mentality is, mob mentality is. It's never a good thing.
We'll be killed on the spot.
Yes. 100%. I do suggest if you pick this game up, you've never played it before, go through it. Don't go for try to do everything to go for a specific ending.
This is the only way.
Play it through the first time. Do it how how you feel the flow of the game should go. It feels, I mean, like I did. I mean, I went with the flow and I ended up screwing up and got everybody killed at the end. But I mean, it could have went.
You're free.
What did you learn from that, though?
What did I learn from that?
Yeah.
I fucked up quite a few times, apparently.
Like your life decisions, you know, sometimes aren't the best.
Yeah.
So maybe you need to think ahead a couple of steps, and that's what this. But that's the beauty of this stuff. That's what it's meant to do. It's meant to make you wake up and realize, oh, I need to think a couple steps ahead. Maybe I'm not doing everything the right way in life. We're all human. You know, Detroit becoming human is still humans are flawed. Humans make mistakes, and that's another big part of the storyline right there. Is just of that they're trying to convey that yes, the uprisings that happen, whether it's the androids, BLM, or whatever. Sure, they are trying to do it for the right reasons, but maybe they're doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
Humans are flawed, they make mistakes. That's your life lesson in this whole thing, and how you go about fixing your mistakes, but also how, you know, thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead on how to not try and make those mistakes to begin with. It determines the whole outcome of your story. Which is the multiple endings in this. Just like what you're saying right there.
You're awake now.
Go with the flow, and if you're not getting the ending that you want in this game by just going with the flow,
definitely go back and play it again. Do it.
Well, no. Think about the way you approach situations in everyday stuff.
Hey.
And it can possibly help you to.
Wait, hold on. Oh no, I thought it was her dad.
I need to block the street.
And I gotta go back and fix that.
Now there's 2 of them. The Spider-Man meme.
Nope, can't go that way.
Oh, especially
so I totally missed the section right there that I could have.
Especially when they're like chanting in the street and everything, it was just like a big giant flashback to all the.
You are free.
All the gatherings that were happening all across the country over the last over 2020, New York,
you don't have to
Dallas, and Florida, and even over in the UK and this and that stuff when they were gathering over there. There is one thing, come to think of it, there is one thing that they are also missing out on in this, which would be a great life lesson thing, but it's probably just the way that they, a lot of times story writers don't necessarily pick up that that people are even doing it. There's no central one person that they're pointing everybody's pointing the finger at, like again. I'm kind of like conservative Republican, so to me, everybody was just pointing the finger at Trump, going, "You're a bad guy. You're Orange Man bad," and they didn't see what the hell he was actually trying to do. That's one major missing part of the storyline is there is no central figure. Like with all this rioting and protesting that's going on, I should say protesting first, but with all of this that's going on with this giant protest. There is no central one person figure that everybody's pointing the finger at, being like, you're suppressing us or whatever, or you're making bad decisions and everything. I kind of find it funny that Hillary Clinton is basically the president of this, so. and the government is like totally oppressing the hell out of the androids. And in IRL, real life, like that's the one that was supposed to be like the spokesperson for the same folks that the androids are technically representing in this game. So it just kind of also goes to show the movies and games mediums perspective, and to go back to The Last of Us, part 2 storyline and all these perspective style storytelling that these games have. It just goes down to show that whatever your perspective is, you're your hero in your own story.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever side of this conversation you're on, Democrats think they're the hero, Republicans think they're the hero. This is the reason why we have so much debate and so much conversation.
You hear people complaining in the background. It's like people have become so dependent on the androids. They're just like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Like, another representation of, like, how dependent we have become on technology nowadays. Which is actually kind of funny.
Everything is technology.
Yeah. I mean, you grew up in the day like I did. We didn't have fancy iPads and shit like that. We didn't have all this cool shit.
But you did have microwaves, you did have refrigerators, you did have electricity in your house.
Yeah.
It's still technology. Unless you go back to like the 40s, 50s, we've been dependent on technology our whole lives. The last like 4 generations. This is an extreme example, and it is kind of getting into the extreme example of it.
Jesus fucking Christ!
And we'll definitely leave off once I wrap this up on this scene.
I got a lot of androids down
It's also kind of funny that the biggest argument right now is that white police officers keep shooting what would be the androids, of IRL, and it's the black officers in this. So, as much as they're trying, it's very weird the way that the story is written. It's kind of funny though, because it's 2 perspectives bashing heads on stuff, which makes it even more interesting to actually play stuff, because just the fact of you have the certain political figures and such, and you have a certain groups that are doing certain things IRL, and this is like flipping around, and it's the same, it's just, whether it's a white cop or a black cop, the action is still the same. Whether it is the androids, the BLM, VHS, whatever, action is still the same. There is no white privilege. Which is also funny that the androids turn pure white in this too.
Yeah.
We all talk about white privilege and everything, and then you have white people at the BLM rallies trying to stick up for black people, and then the black people say you have white privilege, so that doesn't make sense either. Again, trying not to get on that rant, but yeah, it's like all these arguments that go on, half of them don't make no damn sense.
We came here to demonstrate peacefully.
Just trying to
tell humans that we are living beings.
Stand up and be like, I was on TV.
All we want is to live free.
I have a picture being at an event. Because then we can have concerts, so now we have to have protests.
We're not looking for confrontation.
And this is probably one of the most pivotal shifts in the whole game right here. Do you start a riot, or do you stay as a protest?
Until we have secured our freedom.
Yeah.
This is an illegal gathering.
To me, in my brain, if you connect this to like the IRL stuff, which is really funny that this is in here, back in 2018. So Marcus can turn Antifa very quickly.
Yeah.
He can start up a giant riot, which I actually did, and it kicked me in the ass majorly. Or he can stay. What everybody tries to say is BLM movement.
I'll disperse this time.
We're leaving.
It's like 2 very different outcomes that can happen with this.
And they're gonna shoot anyways. Screw you then.
Follow me!
Well, okay. And now you just. So now you just started up a riot out of the right now. The news media and everybody on Twitter, they'd be yelling at you for starting a riot. They'd yell at the cops for shooting people that started a riot. So even though these people are attacking the cops, now the cops are going to be on point.
Well, I was trying to disperse and they were going to shoot anyway, so, screw it. try a different direction.
You had that second chance.
Yeah.
You did this. You did this. They literally gave you the option to keep walking. And you said screw it. Yeah, this was my playthrough right here. Okay, we did something big time. Yeah, we did the cool thing and all that stuff, and they just didn't even it was so bad when they were on that road. But I spared a life. Yes, but you also caused a bunch of people to get killed in this process. And now you're getting your You see the backwards thinking on this. Of course, then you also have to use media an instance like this until so you blow them all out. You're gonna patch up, kid. Don't worry about it.
Right.
You know what the next game is gonna have in it. If they come out with another politically charged game like this, it's gonna have the Capitol riots in it.
Oof.
I'm actually very interested to see what the next Quantum Dreams game is going to be all about.
Well, I didn't get Marcus killed this time for... Got him shot, though. It'll be an interesting...
This scene probably hits everybody so much differently.
Mm-hmm. Like, fuck all that for what, you know?
Again, you could have just walked away. You could have.
Well, it pissed me off that I was walking away and they decided to shoot, so I was like, fuck it.
They didn't shoot!
They
did not shoot.
They were getting ready to.
That doesn't mean that they did. It said just like it had one more time of disperse, or you can turn around and be like, "Fuck it, let's go," and you turn and you decide to go, "Fuck it, let's go," and then you got your people killed.
Well, I mean, you got me a trophy.
Like, you can probably rewind back to that moment, and you can actually check out if.
So
actually, yeah, rewind back to that moment real quick to just before you start. You go, fuck it, let's go. It's in there somewhere. I think it's a little bit farther up than that.
It wouldn't let me select it. I gotta go back. But I think we're running. I gotta start getting ready. I mean, I can try.
You should have like that option in there or something.
Time to decide. What was it? It was after Eden, Captain Hart. Freedom March? Yeah.
Yeah, Freedom March.
See, it won't let me pick a specific. Maybe it will.
Go forward. Oh god, I can't see.
Start the march.
Start the march. Start the march. Okay, convert androids. Go for it a little bit more.
Okay, reach the plaza. There we go.
Can't.
We'll save again. Cause I got a new trophy that one, so I did disperse twice, and then
yeah. Let's see.
Then I gotta get ready.
I'm very curious to see if you disperse twice, will the cops start shooting on you?
Because we want to have that impromptu sparring match / let's talk tonight. I mean, we I gotta go out and see that movie. You gotta sit down and watch it.
There's a bit of a Mortal Kombat movie.
Yep. So
DMCA.
Our plan is tonight after I go see it, and hopefully this nut job goes and watches it. We'll probably play some Mortal Kombat and just have like a generalized like let's talk about the movie. You know,
I
an
can also
impromptu
say
one.
in 6 days and 6 hours 26 minutes I will be playing Returnal on my channel. So if you want to see a PS5 exclusive. Okay, now throw the wine into the harbor or whatever it was. As much as you hope people learn from games and movies and stuff like this, they never do. They never learn. People just don't learn about, from whether it's history or the way that movies are like, in the 80s, all the movies were about being too dependent on machinery.
We came here to demonstrate peacefully and tell humans that we
now we're
are
all
living
hooked to our
beings.
phones.
All we want is to live free.
This is an illegal gathering. Disperse
Blah 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 blah. Jesus Christ.
We're not looking for confrontation.
Wish I could just skip through this to the decisions.
We have no intention of doing any. But know that we are not going anywhere until we have secured our freedom.
I repeat,
We have done no harm, even though you wrecked the whole city block.
No, I didn't wreck it. I just tagged it up. I threw one set of benches. One set of benches.
There's more of us. We can take them.
If we attack,
Well, still, like, you tag in the damn city block up, guess what happens to the fucking business owners and everybody that works in those fucking businesses?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't cost as much. It wouldn't cost as much as if I destroyed the whole city block, though.
If you were working in that store and you couldn't go to work for the day, you'd be pissed.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I mean, especially if I worked at GameStop and they destroyed GameStop and the insurance company was like, the best we can do is $3.99.
It's...
Yeah, see, they're gonna shoot regardless.
No, disperse. Did you say run or did you say disperse?
I said disperse, and then you said run.
Okay.
And then they shot anyways.
Okay, so it's a Hollywood moment then.
Yeah, so regardless of what you're gonna do, you're gonna lose something there.
Oh my god, yeah, and this is where people's viewpoints get so damn skewed on shit. Because once again, it's just like, nope, they're just gonna kill you no matter what you do out there.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes you wonder why people do protests at all.
Yeah, because when it defeated
that
the
kind of
police,
pisses me off that they did that, but you know,
he stood his ground, and then I guess I just got the whole riot. I mean, there's so many little things that I missed.
It is really too bad that they didn't go the other way with it. Of like, if you disperse, the cops are going to be like, okay, they went home.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess that'll wrap it up then.
Yep, that'll wrap this game talk. Keep your eyes peeled later tonight. Hopefully, if we get around to it, if we do decide to actually do it, we will probably do like an impromptu. Let's talk about the Mortal Kombat movie while playing some Mortal Kombat.
We'll feature all the characters that are in the movie and we'll also use the original movie's characters too.
I gotta go get those. I gotta go get that download then before I split.
But yeah, this was. I mean, Detroit Become Human. Can't say enough about it. Highly recommend.
Yeah. We could probably went on like a 3-hour game talk about this game easily.
It's just one of those. I'll tell you one thing real quick. Any game that seems like it's like multiple perspectives on a situation, usually those come out really good because it just gets you thinking so much. I've been noticing that like those are really well, like The Last of Us, Uncharted to because there's actually perspective shift even in Uncharted too on everything. But yeah, a lot of these, one of the originals actually perspective shifts, and it's on the same level of this, is No Russian in MW2. If you remember that, it's like they flip the perspective of you are now in control of the terrorists, and it's one of those things where whenever they do that, it's the most controversial thing because now you are in the shoes of the people that are the bad guys, and then it almost makes them human. Like, everybody thinks that they are doing the right thing themselves on each side and everything. Blasphemy.
Yeah, okay, I'm not... Okay.
What,
a couple characters I didn't find.
Oh. I'm like...
For the character gallery.
Should we take 1 minute to talk about the survey that they have on here?
Oh, God. All right.
Would you bang an android?
Would you consider having a relationship with an android that looks like a human? The world said, yes! I said, yes! I'm a lonely man.
I mean,
I'm a very lonely person.
You can customize the android to look like whoever you want it to look like.
Yeah. Number 2. Do you think technology would become a threat to mankind? World said yes.
It already is.
I said yes.
It absolutely already is. Goddamn.
If you had to live on a deserted island and only bring one object, what would it be? I said a book. The world said an instrument.
Absolutely. Why
a
would
cell
you not
phone? A
bring
cell
an
phone
instrument?
ran a close second, but I was thinking to myself that'd be fucking about useless.
You won't have no signal.
Exactly.
An
a book.
You
At least
keep making music.
A book. I got something to read. I got something to wipe my ass with.
Oh
I got something to start a fire with.
This dude has no idea about instruments. Okay, if you have an instrument, you can just keep creating. A book, you read it, and then you read it, and then and you're like, fuck.
After I read the book, I've got shit to wipe my. I got papers to wipe my ass with, and I've got
you grab the nearest buggy, you just wipe your ass with that. It's nice and soft.
Let's see. Number 4. Did you consider yourself dependent on technology? I go, nah.
Hell yes.
The world goes,
Everybody
nope.
Is. Bullshit.
I can live with most of it. I've lived without it for quite a long time.
My
phone bill ain't even paid right now.
In your prior situation, you were still dependent on technology. Yeah. You were in a place that had electricity with a roof over the top of your head.
Okay, I'm talking like cell phones, video games, computers, shit like that.
Yeah, well, that's advanced technology. Everything is technology. That's the thing.
Okay. What technology do you most anticipate? I went with brain-connected devices, and the world said androids.
I mean, we are it's a 50-50 split between brain-connected devices and androids because we actually are in the process of making both. Elon Musk is doing brain-connected stuff, and there's
and how many animes out there are totally against that? I mean...
I don't know. I don't watch anime.
Oh God, there are so many. Come on, you at least watch Sword Art Online.
I don't. The last anime, technically, the last anime I ever watched was like Pokemon and like Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit back in the day.
What about Ready Player One?
That's a movie.
Yeah. So, anywho, do you believe in God? And I'm like, oh hell no, because screw you all, I'm pagan. And the world said yes.
That's because there's a lot of people out there who need something to believe in, so that's why they all believe in God. I believe there's multiple gods out there. I think God is
so you get the pagan mentality. Not saying that you are, just say you get that mentality.
Yeah, it's just I like the what is it, the Roman type, right? Where there's like a god of
Yeah.
war, there's a god of literature, there's a god of math, and all that stuff. I
All
think
right.
that's more.
We gotta get through this because I gotta get ready. Would you let an android take care of your children? I was like, yeah. I mean, then I'm gonna pay a babysitter, so both of us can work.
I really don't know. It would all depend on the android. I really don't know on that one. My first gut decision would be like, hell no.
What if it was
that thing would
Arnie?
malfunction.
What if it was Arnie from like the newest one,
Jeez.
where he's all like, "I have a family now."
I mean, but then I'd see what I would be afraid of is that the missus would fall in love with the android and I'd be out in the street. Okay, so
Yeah. How much time per day would you say you spend on an electronic device? Hell if I know. I really don't know. And the world said more.
So much more. All more.
I don't keep track of how long I spend on an electronic device a day.
We're on a device right
if
now.
I had to say something, if I had to go with it, I would have to definitely set with more.
We're making other people sit on their devices right now.
Right. If you need emergency surgery, would you agree to be operated by on a machine? I said yeah, because I mean I've had a surgery or two and nothing major, and yeah, they used a machine to operate on me. So obviously I had to go with yes.
I think we're getting towards that point where it's like it's probably going to be all.
A machine can be so much steadier than a doctor's hands on certain like really
and less drunk.
Delicate.
I mean, just
yes. Do you think one day machines could develop consciousness? Oh, I don't know. Let's see. iRobot, this video game, Terminator.
Here's something that will scare the shit out of everyone. AI is a thing. It already is.
In your video games, you have AI.
Exactly. Every video game already thinks for itself. Oh, I'm getting shot at, and it runs over to a cover. That's a form of consciousness. They don't want to get killed. That's a human emotion.
Quick off-topic thing here, little Easter egg thing for you. In one of the Lord of the Rings movies, apparently they gave like AI to the big orc, big orc army, and supposedly somewhere in there, there's a couple things where you see a couple of them sitting there like acting like they're playing on a cell phone, and there's a group apparently that just fuck it and walks away.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, supposedly. I haven't seen it myself, but I've heard about it. So
what the hell are you talking? I watched. I watched them a long.
There's a lot going on in that scene too. So I mean, you probably have to look up on YouTube see if it actually.
It's like medieval magical horseshit. What the hell did they be using the androids for?
Number 10. Do you think one day machines can develop? Okay, we already did that one. Number 11. Who is your favorite character in Detroit? I went with Connor. The world went with Connor.
Oh boy. The reason why the world goes to Connor is because he streams on Twitch. That's not fair. Maybe it's because I like the gameplay where you're taking care of a kid and everything. That's just one of my things. I always kind of veer towards those games, like Joel and Ellie and all that stuff. I just like, I like.
Wolf wants a kid.
Role. I guess probably one day. Connor's cool. I can't stand Marcus.
Come on, girls. But, he's single and available, and he streams.
I'm the toll package over here. Yes.
Yep. Was there a moment in Detroit that resonated with your personality? And I go, many. The world said, many.
Yeah, I mean the whole game is basically based around your personality. You are creating the story, so absolutely.
And number 13, what was the toughest choice you faced in Detroit? I said deciding to shoot Chloe with Connor.
Different Alice's identity. Alice is the little girl, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Being passive or violent with Marcus, deciding to shoot Chloe with Connor. Probably the being passive or violent with Marcus, because that was definitely one of those moments that, like I said, it resonated with me later on down the road, and that moment is burned in my brain. So it'd have to be that on the riot part. I fucked up on that. I will reclaim my mistake though in my second playthrough. But yeah, that survey, it's funny. Every streamer has taken that survey, and it's like a litmus test, or litmus tests, as they called, on streamers of like their personality types and everything. It's basically that's what it is. It's a personality test. But yeah, Detroit Become Human. Like I said, if you haven't checked it out, definitely go and check it out. If it's not your type of a game, maybe watch a streamer or something play or a YouTube playthrough.
Oh, you can go through and watch my playthrough on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch mine also.
There you go.
There's multiple playthroughs on YouTube of it, but I highly suggest like taking control of the story and making it your own, and just trying it at least once. You don't really know what the game is until you're in it to win it. I'll just I think that's the best way I can put it.
Gotcha. Anywho, that was it. That was our game talk on this game. Like I said, keep your eyes peeled out. We'll probably do an impromptu. Let's talk about the Mortal Kombat movie while farting around on some Mortal Kombat. So.
Oh yes, and for your 666 followers, I said I was going to do it. Get some Johnny Silverhands in the chat. So
oh yeah, you forgot to throw that in there. There you go. Yep. So, you know the drill, guys. You can catch me over on the Twitter at Frostbite84, the Twitch Frost_Bite84, and I keep saying I gotta get this done. And maybe I'll actually freaking do it.
Do you
before
ever
we stream
use
tonight.
Twitter? I never see you post.
Once in a great fucking minute. I
it's
really
once in
don't.
A blue fucking moon.
I don't really post on it because I mean I don't like people. Ugh. They're like, oh, you're an idiot. You know.
Twitter is an animal in its own right.
Yeah,
I give you that. If I could get off Twitter,
I'm one of those guys that hides in the shadows on Facebook and just like that meme's funny.
It's like I have to use Twitter just to keep informed with everything. That's pretty much the only reason why I use it. So.
And then over on the Ubintubin at the Angry Wedge, which I should shut down. I should actually fix that today before we stream again. And you can find warwu1f here at warwu1f on everything across the board, and you can watch him jam out to some cover songs, to some good old rock and roll and some metal, not like newer metal, more of the older stuff like Metallica, stuff like that. Check him out on Tone Wolf.
My latest guitar cover was actually perfect for this game. It was Mr. Roboto.
Oh God!
So go over there and check out a really cool take on Mr. Roboto, and that's basically just thanks for tuning in, thanks for stopping by, and as always, we will see you next time.
All right, come on, push the button. Oh my God, I can't push the button. I know, it's just I hit the button. There we go. Bye.